Hi everybody, Zach's Reaction. Welcome back to another episode reaction of Black Clover. Today moving on to episode 106 and going on from there. Last time we had Elf Luck do battle against Magna and Vanessa. Soon after the fight started, Asta joined in as well. So all three of them had to do battle against Elf Luck, and I was like really surprised during the episode. I was really shocked because the fight itself was just so engaging, so intense, and it was like much more than I ever thought it could be. Like Luck is kind of always presented as such like a quirky, goofy guy, you know, just silly, always wanting to fight but never really getting the chance. Like now he had the chance, only he wasn't really himself anymore, and so he had some devastating powers and attacks, and it was like awesome to see. Yet it was tough for the characters because, you know, he's their friend. They struggle to kind of differentiate between Luck and Elf Luck. So it was a big battle, guys. In the end, they were successful in drawing out the elf soul and getting their friend Luck back, and it was such a great, touching moment. And they did some backstory again with Luck during that time, and it was like, I think back in like episode 14, like a long time ago, we first learned a little bit about Luck's backstory, how like only his mother cared for him. He was like doing everything for his mother, and like no one else treated him like a person, really. He had like a whole trauma-filled childhood, and in the end he kind of realized like, oh, I have this new family. I have the Black Bulls, and they're my friends, they're my family, and I'm going to be with them and part of them. So like that all kind of came back to the surface during this episode, and I kind of like that they did it because they didn't really waste any time of him kind of like debating that or questioning that. He just kind of right away was like, oh yeah, I got my family, the Black Bulls, I got my these squad mates and friends over here, I'm gonna go see you, Mom, and like just kind of left. And it wasn't like any like tension or like, you know, willy woney kind of thing, you know. It just kind of was like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna go now, see you later, Mom. And I just really like that because it kind of like, it didn't like take away from the stuff that he learned before. One thing I did forget, though, I do need to mention, was that he always commented in these early episodes that he never cries, and I totally forgot about that because in that episode he cried big time, and it was like, to see him cry, it was like, it meant so much, and I missed that. So I feel like I did bad on that reaction, guys. I'm sorry, because like I didn't realize that he doesn't cry, and when we saw him cry, it was such like a big, powerful moment to make him cry. And he was like accepted back in the Black Bulls. They all reunited at the headquarters. They, you know, many of them officially met Henry, and then we kind of regrouped in a sense with the majority of the Black Bulls. They realized Ghosh is still an elf and gone, and so now literally they are charging with their headquarters, charging off towards the capital as a raging bull, and it's awesome. And I'm so excited to see what happens next. I have a feeling like we're going to see the other side of things. A couple episodes ago, Asta and Yuno kind of split off into different directions. Asta went to the village where they ended up running into Luck and everything. So I feel like now we're going to see where Yuno went and what happened with his experience at this other village before we get to the capital. I might be wrong, but we'll see. That's kind of, I feel, where we're going next. So let's find out, guys. I'm so excited. If you haven't yet, please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel for more reactions coming soon. We do have a Patreon as well where you can help support this channel, so feel free to check it out. The link is in the description below. Thank you to those of you that have already done so. And here we go, guys, with episode 106 of Black Clover. Let's go.
I'm gonna use all of my magic.
He was really like freaky, devastatingly freaky in a sense, as an elf.
What's going on with his key?
Luck had been reincarnated as a vengeful elf, bent on devastating the human race.
That's why. I swear I'll make you pay! I don't know what you're talking about, but if humans are to blame for what happened, I'm sorry. I really mean it. But look, he's precious to us. We're friends, and we wouldn't ever want to lose him. So please, don't take him away. That's right. Let go of him before it's too late. I'm sure the people you cared about wouldn't want you to make someone else go through that same pain you did back then.
Like, and we learned something else is at work here. Like, Luck kind of said, like, the elf inside of him didn't want all this hatred and fighting to happen. Like, the elves were victims too.
Guys, tell me, can I still be the Black Bulls?
Gosh, and like I said, man, that means so much more now. Just realizing he never cries, and realizing he like never lets himself go like this. Very powerful. All right, man. We are moving forward, and like, I'm trying to think, like, where are they going from here? Like, we have, of course, Asa's sword. We have Asa as the key to, like, turn everyone back. We now have this new, like, mystery going on with the elves of, like, hey, they're victims too. Like, they don't actually want this. So I'm now left wondering, like, who is, like, running the show here? Is somebody pulling the strings? Is somebody else controlling the elves, or something else happening or going on there? Like, I don't know. It's crazy to think about. Page 106, Path of Revenge, Path of Atonement. So I feel like that just kind of represents the two sides. Like, elves are on the path of revenge, and there are other elves maybe. Maybe they're talking about elves on both sides. Like, elves are also on the path to atonement, or maybe it's the humans trying to, like, atone for their sins against the elves in the past. Like, you could read that a few different ways. So I don't know. I'm just excited to see, guys. I thought at first, like, a couple of episodes I think go back, I mentioned how it would look like the brother and sister were fighting there, but that looks like Raya battling Marileona again, like a round 2 fight or something. So I thought at first it was Figolion, but it's actually Raya. So. Scary mouth there. I don't know what that is. Oh, here we go.
Asta, Magna, Vanessa, and the recently rescued Luck reunited with Gordon, Grade, Charlie, and their newly discovered squad mate, Henry. Then, the group boarded the raging Black Bull and raced toward the capital.
The greatest city in the common realm.
How pathetic.
This town was so glorious.
The
Now
real
it's just a
Zerx
pile of
Lutner.
debris.
They'll all be dead soon.
Soul, I failed. I couldn't protect the town. But
Well, that's a
still,
guy from Soul's
I
Flashback.
refuse
It's
to give
interesting
up
to see
until
him
the
as a
very
Magic
end.
Knight too.
I'm going to
Looks like a
purify
praying mantis.
everything now, including you filthy humans. Ice magic.
What's wrong?
Something's approaching. What is that? An enemy?
They can try whatever weak defenses they want, but they will never succeed against us. Stone magic! Ground wall!
Right through it.
Ow! Recombination magic!
Recombination magic. Raging Black Bull. Combat style.
Is that a bull?
Yes.
Rescue! I gotcha! Transformation magic! Magic conversion! Ice to water!
Don't get a big head, humans.
I'm about to destroy that hunk of garbage!
Water magic! Surging waves!
Stone magic! Rising ground!
It's not working.
It's diverting our spells somehow.
I wish you two would stop wasting time. Ice magic. Ice Slicer! What? What happened?
As long as I've still got some magic left, the Black Bulls will not be harmed.
Okay, here we go! Flame magic gargantuan exploding fireball!
And how about some lightning magic? Thunderbolt destruction!
I'll cast poison magic. Forbidden fruit! We're combining all 3 of our offensive abilities to crush you! All right! It looks like the shut-ins really got some skills, huh?
Good job, Henry!
I'm proud. So proud that I've already made a doll for him.
Oh, jeez.
That's because I
know my friend so well. We're squad mates, so that's important. Finally, I get to fight with the others. I'm so glad. Do it, Henry!
You might manage to dodge this.
But the town won't survive.
Farewell, humans! Combo magic!
Oscar Cannon!
Oh! Done.
Ah, yeah! That's right! You don't ever mess with the Black Bulls! We're invincible!
I felt it for as long as I can remember. Someone else was lying dormant within me. I got the sense that they were badly wounded, insatiably angry, and overwhelmingly sad all at once. And so, I began to feel a responsibility to protect that weak being, because I understood they were always with me. That's why I was able to make it through such a lonely and painful childhood. About the time I turned 9 years old, I started having a recurring dream. A dream about much happier days. It turned out, those were your memories. But it ended in disloyalty, despair, and bitter hatred. I believe that it
There
was
were the
up to
three
me
eyes.
to make sure
That's cool.
you were safe. And then, when I was 13, I met Julius.
William, I want you to join the Magic Knights.
He was strange, but he was the first person to acknowledge me.
Oh, right. I suppose you won't be receiving your grimoire until you turn 15, so I'll just keep dropping by from time to time until that happens.
He was kind. I looked up to him.
I have no doubt that you'll be a spectacular Magic Knight.
Then when I was 16, you awakened.
What is this place? What happened to me? I thought I was dead.
Around that time, I was a newcomer affiliated with the Grey Deer, the Magic Knight squad led by Julius. When you also received your grimoire, it confirmed the suspicion I'd always held, that you and I were two separate souls inhabiting the same body. Eventually, we became able to communicate our thoughts telepathically, and we could even swap souls with each other. You had a mission you were set on completing at any cost. And for that, I would have to betray the other person closest to me, as well as the kingdom I called home. I was forced to choose between you, the one with whom I'd shared everything as though we were twins, and the admirable leader of the Magic Knights, the man who taught me how to live my life. It was an impossibly difficult decision to make. In the end, I failed to commit either way, and I let both of you choose the outcome. I'm a monster. You got what you wanted. I'm sorry, Julius. Patri, you won. And now, since you finally achieved your ambition, this is where we part ways. So goodbye, Patri. And maybe...
Wow.
I must have expended too much power. Was I asleep? How long? My own reincarnation has been completed at last. Which means William has fallen into an endless slumber. Thank you to the only human I could call my friend.
Wow. Like
William.
I was thinking like William just
Goodbye.
died just now, but maybe he'll wake up too.
At this point, there is no longer any human I cannot kill. Licht and Raya should be making their way into the royal capital by now. I'd better make haste. Clover Castle. The place where we will exact our revenge. The royals are concentrated there. And they're the humans we despise most.
Oh. He's alive.
In the moment he was revived, the fear for his life, combined with immense hatred, caused Rady's magic to grow to a point that he could do more than control the dead. What resulted was the perfection of true Wraith magic, an evolved technique that was just barely capable of taking souls that were about to be sacrificed and reincarnating them into their bodies.
How could you dare deceive me and convince me to do your bidding only to slaughter and cast me aside? Curse you! I'll make you pay for this if it's the last thing I do! You two, rise and shine! Vatos! Sally! Now let's kill him! Together!
Wow. Plot
Did
thickens.
it! They're all back
Like,
to
I know they're
normal
just
now!
like silly henchmen in a sense, but like I feel like now they're gonna have some role to play in all this. Like, will they join the heroes? Oh my gosh, here we are. We're gonna do it right now.
What do you want?
The Black Bulls again. I'm here for my revenge. And you're gonna help me get it.
Oh no, it's them!
They're the people who tore down our hideout.
He tricked me. He tricked all of us. Just so that he could use us to serve his own purposes. And then he threw us away like trash as soon as he didn't need us anymore. He should pay for what he's done. And I won't rest until we even the score. You're on your way to the royal capital too, aren't you? It sounds like we all have the same objective here, so we might as well work together. Not a bad deal, right? Hope you're ready, Lit. You're as good as dead now.
Judging by the mana, it feels like all of the elves are trying to gather in the capital, too.
Wait a minute. It's kind of sketchy to me that this guy suddenly showed up asking us for help.
Ha! Well, looks like we got ourselves.
Oh. It's about to be like, well, enemy of my enemy is my friend, but maybe not.
What the hell is wrong with you?
You think we're after the same thing? You better think again. All we're trying to do is protect everyone. We're not doing it to get revenge.
And what's worse?
You're the guy who attacked all those innocent people in the Capitol! Did you think we forgot about that? Because we did it! And you have the nerve to ask us for help? You're barking up the wrong tree, pal! You don't deserve
Oh my God.
revenge, you dummy! You need to make up for what you did! And you can start off by helping us save the Clover Kingdom!
Hang on. We've already got a ride, so do we actually need that guy?
Not sure.
That's a good point, Luck. I guess I'll just have to make a deal with the other two.
Crap!
So, what do you guys think about this whole thing?
Well, I just want to see Master Lit, so that I can determine the truth. Therefore, I will accompany you. After all, if everything Master Lit said was a lie, then I really am a sinner, which means I need to seek atonement.
Thanks for nothing, Valtos! What about you, Sally? You want to get revenge too, don't you?
I don't have my glasses, so I can't see too well.
But you can hear, can't you?
Let me think here. The reason I joined Master Lich was because he let me do whatever experiments I wanted. And magic knights always get in my way. Then again, I guess I am happy to be alive so I can continue my research. Oh, and I saw lots of interesting stuff while I was dying, so I might be close to a breakthrough!
I was the one who brought you back to life in case you didn't realize!
Oh, okay. Thanks, Radies.
Hey! You wanted to experiment on me, right? If you help us stop the Eye of the Midnight Sun and protect the Clover Kingdom, then I'll be your #1 test subject!
Wow, you mean it?
Wow.
That's awesome!
But you can't do anything that's gonna hurt me really bad. Don't awe at me! Come on, as long as you don't hurt anybody, you'll be free to do as much science as your little heart desires. In fact, if you're doing research that makes the world better, we'll be there to support you 100%. That would make you happy too, wouldn't it?
I'm kinda confused. But if I get to keep researching, then that's what I want to do.
Sounds good.
And you don't need anesthesia when I cut you up?
Yes, I do.
Did you not hear anything I just told you? If not for me, you'd still be dead as a doornail right now.
Mulling it over. Have some food.
So good. It's restoring my magic.
What? That's so cool! I'm out hungry too. Let me have some, please. No one can fight on an empty tummy. Now start eating. It's delicious.
Fine, you win! We'll go with your squad to the Royal Capital! But don't think that means you're gonna tell me what to do, you understand? I do what I want!
Except you literally just did what I asked you to do! Get over it already, man! You're siding with the good guys from now on, whether you like it or not!
Shut up!
Pile it as high as you like. There's plenty more food where that came from.
Hurry! The faster you eat, the sooner we can head out! Once your magic comes back, we'll be off to the capital! I hate this!
Okay, well. That was a surprising union there. I believe we'll have a Clover clip, and then we'll go right on the next one. Here we go.
Radies!
Sally!
Voltos.
All we're trying to do is protect everyone! We're not doing it to get revenge! Take this! We'll start things off with a little
I was gonna say, like, where do you learn all wrestling moves?
Reverse Clover hold! Throw in a Clover backbreaker! Now a classic Clover hold! Finish it off with a Tombstone Clover driver!
Does it hurt? How much? I think I might try this on some of my experiments. No anesthesia.
Shut up, Sally!
I'm not done! Time for the Clover-ola!
Since you're already in pain, I can dissect you now, can't I? You don't mind.
Oh, yes, I do mind! And Voltos, you idiot! It's a 3 count, not a 30 count!
All right, well, here we go on with the next one. Okay, Kira Residence, Central Tower.
Am I going insane? Because I don't
Gosh.
understand.
This is episode
Apparently,
107
your
now,
son,
guys.
who engaged in violent behavior during my Royal Knight selection exam, is now under suspicion of treason? I assume there's been some sort of miscommunication.
We agree, Your Majesty, it's not true. No one from the House of Vaude would do such a vile thing.
Please believe us. My dear little Longress is no traitor. I give you my word, sir.
That may be so, but even if it is a rumor, I can't let my bloodline mix with a man of such ill repute.
Great uncle, I know Lord Longress
Finis
and don't
is
have
back.
any misgivings about him. Please don't judge him too harshly.
Be silent, Finis! Your opinion is of no concern in this matter. And you two should be ashamed that she even felt the need to defend you!
Yes, this is Lady Finis. She will marry the next head of the House of Vaude.
Nice to meet you.
It's a development regarding the mage attacks.
Don't bother! I'm sure the Magic Knights have already gathered in the capital! Until I get there, they can do whatever they want for all I care!
So many Golden Dawn mages. Why are you in this area?
Beyond this gate are the castles of 3 royal families. Even Magic Knights need permission to proceed past this point.
A stupid rule made by humans is meaningless and easily broken.
What are you?
Clearing the way.
That's treason! We'll stop you!
Now, compass magic. Willful compass.
No!
Oh, compass.
This is in your hands.
Understood.
My group and I will focus on the right side.
Sounds good. We'll take care of the left then. Which leaves me to charge in from the front and slaughter them all.
So Longress did make that hole in the castle gate!
Honestly, I'm not too worried about helping the royals out. But this key, judging by that, some pretty tough contenders have weaseled their way into the castle.
Here, I got you!
Dark magic, dark cloak, lightless blood strike!
Man, every one of these guys is overflowing with magic power!
It doesn't matter how many of you there are, you'll never overpower us!
I recognize that weird magic.
Great job getting possessed, you useless bastards! But I got to admit it's pretty entertaining.
Oh, man.
You're exactly the ones I want to slice up. So thanks for coming out.
Oh, perfect! It's Jack the Ripper, Captain of the Green Praying Mantises, and all-around psychopath!
Good grief.
It's nice to have reinforcements, but did it have to be this guy?
What's wrong, Yami? Do you want to be the first one to get filleted?
You almost got me that last time, so watch it. We're lucky they didn't take control of you, String Bean, or we'd all be reduced to shreds by now.
If you think I'd get myself possessed and miss out on the fun, then you're even dumber than I thought!
Humans. We won't allow any of you to leave alive.
Get ya!
That won't help you.
Your attacks are all so predictable. You pain in the ass. Dark magic, dark cloak, lightless blade, storm. Taking all I got to stay one step ahead.
Yeah, this is a real blast.
Sounds like Jack's bringing a little extra crazy.
They're both captains and they're still struggling.
Hey, Jack, what's the next idea in that sick old head of yours?
Yeah, same thing you're thinking. I'm not suffering magic death suck.
Your spells won't work on me.
There's nothing in the world that I can't sever. But are you even worth slashing up? Prove it to me!
Dark magic, dark cloak, lightless blood strike! That's a big mistake. Finroll!
Yes, sir! Spatial magic, fallen angel gate!
What? But how?
And that's how it's done.
Great job as always, you two!
You're really getting the hang of this stuff, aren't you? Not too shabby, Finroll.
If you can back me up in a fight, you must not be completely incompetent.
Thanks a lot. Man, this guy's scary.
Hey, that kid's my ride, so try not to freak him out. Jerk.
They both are!
Come on, let me borrow him sometime.
No way, get your own door guy.
This is super fun and all, but we should get going. Look over there.
Jeez.
Why would the Golden Dawn do this? You're the Magic Knights. It's your duty to protect the people of the upper class. What is the meaning of this? Don't they know they're in the royal palace? We gathered here to curry favor with the House of Silva to see if they would grant us a share of their power. Must they cause trouble now? You there, lowly servant, stand still. Commoners like you only exist for our benefit. Now act as my
Yeah,
shield.
kill him. There you go.
Hiding yourself won't work. My needles don't miss. No matter where you run, you're dead.
Jeez.
Though we intend
She's
to
like a
kill
female
every human
Klaus.
in this castle, so it makes a little difference.
You really lost to Noelle? That's pathetic, Solid. It sounds like you let your guard down for a moment.
Noelle isn't capable of anything that powerful.
You might want to block.
Just try to hit me, you pipsqueak! Do your worst, you good-for-nothing girl!
Sea dragons roar!
This was very satisfying.
Curse you, Noelle! I'll make you pay dearly for this!
Hold on. Who's out there? I suddenly feel uneasy.
A knight from the Golden Dawn?
You're royals. Which means you're of that tainted bloodline. I've come to dispose of you.
Her power's incredible. Oh my goodness, you don't have any manners at all. Let us teach you.
Miss Magic, Solid, Miss Clones! Care to have a bit of fun? Miss Spider's Thread! Marvel at the strength of a royal!
That's a commoner for you.
Compass magic, useless north.
I lost? How? The clones did nothing to distract her. She located me effortlessly.
Human techniques are so underhanded.
Oh no, Nebra! How dare you! You just attacked a Silva! You won't
If she
get
actually
away
dies,
with that!
that's gonna be
Funny.
surprising.
With royal blood, I thought you'd be more astute.
Wait, I'm sensing an even more powerful presence outside.
The end of all humanity is close at hand.
Oh, they're here.
Kiki, I wonder what's inside the big mystery ball. Whatever it is, I'm ready to liven things up.
I appreciate your positivity and everything, but I promise you it's bad. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's the enemy base, which is probably full of even more people who want to kill us, because that's the kind of day we're having.
Well, that's great. Who the hell thought it'd be a good idea to invite the giant floating boulder to the party? But look, a pretty little birdie just showed up too.
Oh man.
No matter what, the castle will not fall.
The royal family! Welcome home, Fancy Pants!
Hey! Noel!
Look who's down there! It's the captain! And wait, General too?
Captain Jack as well.
Good to see ya! Sorry to make you worry about me. I know it must have been lonely for you when I
I
wasn't...
wouldn't be worried about you if you were missing for 100 years. You're so wimpy! And I hope you enjoyed your nap while the rest of us were trying to save the kingdom. Idiot.
She had a tear.
I'm really glad he pulled through.
Oh, you poor things. Waiting for beautiful me to make my spectacular return. Well, don't worry, the wait is over.
No one missed you. Now shut up.
Huh. I know you.
It's been a while, hasn't it, Captain Crazy? I decided I would join, since you seem to be having so much trouble keeping it together.
What was your name again?
Yeah, that's real cute. But like it or not, I'm a member of your ragtag crew. And you're the one who gave me this cloak, so get used to it. There's nobody for you to blame but yourself.
It sure took you long enough, dumbass. I was getting tired of waiting. You better make up for wasting time. Where have you been, Mr. Silver Eagles? Did you get held up at a hair appointment or something? Your house is a mess, so you might want to go take care of that.
Kiki. Such nerve from those without royal blood.
Don't mind them. For what it's worth, you're one of the few people I've always considered to be beautiful.
Silence. That does not help.
Do whatever you need to do to
Oh my
fix your
gosh.
house. We're gonna go find old King Clover. They're strong, so don't be a hero and try and take them down on your own. Your only goal is to rescue and retreat.
Who the hell died and made you boss?
Oh, shut up. None of you idiots is allowed to get killed.
You're the last person I needed to hear that from.
So cruel.
How dare those monsters taint our castle with blood? They will regret this day.
In case you forgot, I don't give a crap about you stuck-up royals and your fancy digs. So I'm gonna do what I want. Considering how many we're up against, we gotta move smart.
Hey, wait!
See, he's running faster than this thing's moving.
Just let him go. He was selected to become one of the Royal Knights, so I'm sure he has his own fighting style. Ready yourself.
There you are, Royals! You ready for your punishment?
I'd ask you the same, but you appear to have lost already.
With fine mana control, he can make free transforming mercury magic work for attack and defense at the same time. Nozel really is talented. Mother.
We're going to take down the strongest first.
That's Solid's room.
Water creation magic! Sea serpents coil! This is getting me nowhere! Now what?
Be careful.
We are royalty, you know!
You mentioned that. Face your fate.
No! Nozel, it's you! And Noel.
Mana skin. Water creation magic. Sea Dragon 4! I've got her!
Now compass magic. Willful compass!
Not even the spell Noelle used to defeat me could break through that mana.
I knew you would come. Thank you, Nozel. Sincerely. I can't believe Noelle managed a spell like that. But it still wasn't enough. I hate to admit it, but in my state I'd only hold them back. It's better if I just retreat. Mist magic! Bewildering forest of mist!
All of you will die here. Compass magic. Another atlas. The only way you're escaping this room alive is if you can defeat me first.
What? I don't have control of my magic.
This technique forcibly disturbs any and all magic in a given area.
She's not messing around. Wow.
My spells will hit you without fail.
Stop her,
Oh, jeez.
Please!
Stay there, Solid. You'd only hold us back as you are now. I will handle this.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I went through all that training. I'll succeed. I can do it. I won't let you hurt my family anymore!
Let's show her our power, Noelle. The House Silva stands strong.
Man. Like, I've had quite a few things to say about the Silvas and their just horribleness and bigotry and everything that they've expressed so far in the show. Like, I don't like them. I've made that clear over time, and Nozel is slowly starting to grow on me. And at the same time, in the back of my head, I'm like, why am I liking this guy? Why am I rooting for him now? Like, if he's recognizing Noelle, that's good. He's like accepting her, it seems, like, and what she has to offer. But like at the same time, like, where was that acceptance 6 months, a year ago? Whenever, like, episode 1, you know, like basically when, like, or episode 4, I think it was, when they showed Noelle for the first time, and he was basically like, you shouldn't even be part of this family, kind of like, he just like ran her down and treated her horribly. And I basically, like, you know, other flashbacks, we learned that she basically got that from all her siblings her entire life. And it kind of like, you know, it's not fair, but like at the same time, like, now she's there defending them, fighting for them. I have to hope that this will all like change their outlook and change their minds about her. If nothing else happens, I hope that happens. Like, I hope that, like, they can realize, hey, like, she has something to offer too. You know, we were too hard on her. We were mean to her. Like, and maybe they can start to heal as a family. I don't know. Like, Jack the Amazing. All right, let's go.
There's nothing that I can't sever. But are you worth cutting up? You've got to prove it. With meat like this, you want to cut it into strips of just the right size. That's safe. All right, what to cut next? Show me you're worth it. The best way to prepare tofu is diced into nice, scrumptious little cubes. Oh, hey, that's how I like my victims too. That's safe. I'm on a roll! I could carve up stuff all day! They're supposed to be bite-sized pieces, but I've got a big mouth, so it's tricky. Chef Scythe, don't let it boil over when you add the miso. Ta-da! It's Jack the Ripper's famous pork miso soup! Ah. Oh no, I forgot to put in the soup!
My God. That's so weird.
Once there was a girl called the Steel Warrior Princess, known for dancing gracefully through combat. Black Clover, page 108.
Oh, man.
Dancer.
We're going to get her new power that we see in the credits.
Dance across the battlefield.
Let's go. Let's go, man. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait for that. Like, it's going to, like, amplify Noelle's power. I feel like it's going to basically, like I was hoping, like, I really feel like, you know, with something like that now going on, like, her whole family will be like, wow, look at her. She's amazing. She's better than all of us combined, you know, kind of thing. And maybe then they'll look at themselves and be like, I was pretty horrible. Like, maybe I should be a better person, a better knight. You know, I should be more accepting to all people, not just, you know, royals. And, you know, like, I hope that it brings change for her family, because, like, even though Nozel is growing on me, I still don't like Solid. I still don't like the sister. Like, they're just snooty, mean people, and if they actually died, I don't think I'd feel very bad. And so, if you know, to care about them, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, something like that needs to happen, some kind of change, and I hope that this, you know, experience, this battle will make that change begin or happen, you know, outright, because Noelle deserves it. Like, let's be honest, Noelle deserves much more than she's gotten, and I'm very excited for the next episode to see her abilities come forward and to see her grow more as a character. Every time she has a big growth moment in the show, it's always awesome, and I'm very excited because it looks like we're going to get it again. So we'll have new reactions, guys, of Black Clover every Wednesday, so stay tuned for more. Thank you so much for joining me on this ride. If you haven't already, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this reaction and these episodes. I always love to chat with you guys about it. And until then, we'll be back, like I said, on every Wednesday for more. Thanks again for watching, guys. Have a great one, and we'll see you next time.